All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, I'm starting to realize Daryl might have been onto something. Daryl Sung, I'm sure you guys know who that is. He says "all right" in the in most of the very beginning of his videos. I'm starting to realize I do that quite a bit, and when I try to think of something different to say, it just "all right" just flows better. So sometimes I'll say, "Okay, guys, let's get started," or something like that, but I catch myself saying "all right" a lot, and so I tease Daryl every once in a while for it, but to be honest with you, I do it too. So it is what it is, I guess. But anyways, guys, so today we're going to do another requested playthrough. This is for somebody who I think is a subscriber of mine. His name is Mark Ludwig 512. That is his tag on YouTube. And he requested that I do a full Ryu playthrough on Street Fighter 2. I can't remember if he specified, so I've just got, right here, as you see, guys, I just have the World Warrior pulled up. Street Fighter 2 World Warrior. And that's what we're going to go with today. Now, also, I don't remember if he wanted me to do it, because they made I did a 5-in-1, right? Street Fighter had that cartridge for the Sega Genesis. That one does have the World Warrior on it as well. I don't know if he was wanting that, kind of like that Sega Genesis version, but here we go. Let's do something different. Let's do the actual arcade version of Street Fighter 2 World Warrior. And keep in mind, guys, I'm going to turn this down for just a minute. Keep in mind, I'm using a Mortal Kombat button layout. So it's going to be a little tricky. Sorry about the camera bumping. There we go. All right, there we are. It's going to be a little bit tricky because, yeah, it's not your normal 6-button layout for Street Fighter. I've gotten pretty good at it with it. I just can't do, like, some of the major or some of the bigger combos I wouldn't mind doing. But I've gotten pretty good with just using a Mortal Kombat layout for Street Fighter. It still works pretty good because honestly, I don't use all the buttons a whole lot when I'm playing against the computer. I use mostly like medium kicks. I do the Hadoukens and the Shoryukens, so I use the punches a little bit, but I don't really try to string together any larger combos. And especially in Street Fighter 2 World Warrior, while there are some combos you can do, they got bigger and better as the Street Fighter 2 series went on. So yeah, so we'll again, I'm kind of limited, but we should be able to get through it fairly easily. So let's crank up the volume. Mark Ludwig, this is for you, sir. Again, I appreciate you requesting this. This is always a fun game for me to play through, so I don't mind at all.
Round one, fight.
That beautiful sound reminds me of being in the arcade back in the day. That's a little too loud, maybe? Okay. There we go. Turn it down just a little bit. Okay, so let's put our credit in. This should be a single credit playthrough. Again, the original Street Fighter 2 World Warrior, to me is pretty easy. It's not terribly difficult. We're gonna use Ryu, and right out the gate, we're gonna go fight our rival, Mr. Ken. Plus, it's super easy. It's so much easier to dizzy him in this version too. Only takes a couple of strong, fierce hits. You can dizzy him pretty fast. See, he's already down for the count. So yeah, that certainly makes it a lot easier when you're doing a playthrough on the old Street Fighter 2, is being able to dizzy him fairly easily. What's up with this guy's eyes in the background? You see that? It looks weird. There you go, quick dizzy. Yeah, and everything does so much damage too in this version. The other faces look kind of funny. This is early Street Fighter 2, right? So it just got bigger and better. But I absolutely love this game. This is one of the ones that started all for me. I tried to do a triple there, but it didn't work. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, too slow. Yeah, again, this is one of the ones that started for me back in the day. I mentioned before that the arcade that we had here used to be called Fireworks, and that's when I first saw Street Fighter 2 there, was when it was called Fireworks. And then shortly after that, the arcade turned into, it was called Power Play after that. and that's when I started going a lot more. But Fireworks was such a very dark arcade, and I was young, so my parents didn't really let me go into Fireworks a whole lot. So yeah, even though I went, it was it was few and far between times that I actually got to go there. But whenever it turned to Power Play, it's much more lit up, and I was getting a little bit older, so I was able to go there on my own and whatnot. Good times, good times. Again, very easy to dizzy in this version. Oh, nice. Meant to do a Hadouken, not a Shoryuken there. Ryu and Ken and Guile have always been the staples for me. I've always loved them through all the Street Fighter 2 series. Plenty of other great characters as well. You know, I've used Blanka a little bit back in the day. The ones I probably have used the least would probably be Zangief and Dhalsim. I've never been fans of them. And probably E-Honda as well, honestly. But yeah, when it comes to Ken, Ryu, and Guile, those are my favorites. I like Chun-Li a lot because she's small and fast. I love the real small, fast characters. And like I said, Blanka's also pretty quick. He's a little bit bigger than Chun-Li, but he's pretty quick. And yeah, so everybody else, not so much. Wasn't big fans of the bigger, slower characters. Even though they're very damaging, I just never really got into them a whole lot. Try to stay up with that. Too slow. Plus, I think that jump kick wasn't really deep enough to connect very well for a combo. Jump towards me, knock you out of the air. I've always loved this stage. I thought it looks great. Especially on the original Street Fighter 2 like this, with these colors, they look really good. Ooh. That was ugly. When in doubt, throw a whole bunch of Shoryukens. I mean, Hadoukens. Bunch of fireballs whenever you get yourself in trouble. Oh, yeah. It was a flash kick. Oh no! Damn, and that does so much health too. That's too far out for what I did. But that does lure him into doing flash kicks. I just should get a little bit closer like that. Mess that up, don't I? Not bad. I'm waiting too long. He throws so fast in this game. Guile does. So quick. Uh-oh, it's too bad. That's what we needed right there. We need to be able to roundhouse him out of the air so we can punish him. Ooh, that was pretty ugly, guys. I usually like fighting Guile a whole lot because he's usually pretty easy. I lure him in a lot with those dragon punches, but it wasn't working too well today. Zangief will usually just kick him like this right here. There he goes. You can do this like the standing jump kick thing right here like that, all the way until Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And Super Turbo is a little bit harder to do. You can still do it to a degree, but he won't fall for it near as much. Do that. can also get close to the tripping whenever he jumps over this. Put that right there. Get like right underneath his jump kick. Oh, that's too far away that time. Yeah, Ryu's a lot of fun to play with. He's a classic character. I like them both in this game, Ken and Ryu, about equally, because their dragon punches weren't different. Once it got to like I think the next one, maybe Champion Edition or Turbo Edition, Hyper Fight, whatever you call it. That's whenever Ken kind of took off with his own dragon punch thing, where he could actually, you know, his dragon punch had a lot more range on it. It'd go further out. And I really like that range he had. I feel like Ken and Ryu, it feels to me like Ryu got stronger, and a lot of his moves kind of didn't change a whole lot, but Ken got more moves, you know, a little bit more range and stuff on certain moves, but he wasn't as strong. That's kind of how I feel. It kind of seems like. Oops. Not that. Oh, really? You kick me out of my little dragon punch, are you? That was a terrible round, guys. Pretty ugly. All right, let's see if we can redeem ourselves here. That's how I need you to do. There we go. Give me some range, sir. Spread out a little bit. He's also a sucker for that that low kind of sweep whenever you're like he jumps in, and you can just catch him with that sweep right there. He's a pretty good sucker for that. All right. Okay. Bonus stage. I can usually do this all the way through with his axe kick, but not always. Sometimes that happens. I'll try to keep his axe kick kind of deep right there. And then, looks like I usually get through it with this, but sometimes we'll have a bounce off and it won't always be able to catch them all. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Chun-Li. Then we're on to the bosses. Balrog, Vega, Sagat, Mr. Bison, Mr. M. Bison. She's pretty easy. She likes to jump in a lot, and I just like that. Dragon punches. Or roundhouses too. Stop it. Yeah, especially when it jumps off the wall. She does that a lot too. Her stage looks really good on this original Street Fighter 2 as well. I like that. I like the colors in the background. Very kind of pastel-y. Look really nice. Not sure if pastel is a word or not, but we'll go with that. I thought she'd be dizzy. Guess not. There we go. Alright, Mr. Balrog. I'm getting him to jump in at you a lot of times by sweeping. Keep away with fireballs, you'll like usually like rush into him. Or do that right there. See, the same way. Just sweep him with your fireball. At this early point in Street Fighter 2, the computer didn't really know what to do with, you know, jumping in. You know, how to really avoid getting hit by the fireballs and also jump in. It's kind of crazy, but they definitely evolved. The computer got a lot harder, a lot smarter. But I think it took a few Street Fighter 2s before it got there. Super Turbo really changes all the rules, honestly, on a lot of these Street Fighter 2 games. They got way smarter, way stronger, way faster. All that good stuff. But yeah, sometimes they'll just rush in also with a punch. You can catch it with the fireball still. But yeah, he literally didn't know what to do. Vega, then we'll have our barrel bonus stage again. Damn. Bro, relax. Catch you with something. Supposed to fall for that, mister. There we go. Also, yeah, after this game, Ken's just reminds me, his hurricane kick, you know, it hit multiple times, whereas Ryu just hit him one time, but I think Ryu's did more damage, you know. So hurricane kick right here. There we go. You win. Bust up some barrels. Alright, look at my hair. I like how you hold the buttons down, it goes faster. Your hair weight moves faster, and your belt goes fast. It's crazy. Let me do that, but okay. Good to catch with a combination. Didn't work. Alright. Dropping those knees in them. He has a very fast recovery time from his tiger fireball things on this version. In the other versions, you get a little more time to actually hit him with a jump kick or something. But here, you gotta be quick. See, right, a split second later, he would have caught me with his little tiger uppercut for sure. There we go. But this stage is also beautiful. I love the big palm tree in the front here, in the foreground, and I don't know, it's always been a very beautiful stage to me as well. Each version of it looks really good too, so it's not just this one. And Bison. And catch him with those. I think you can catch him with some of these too, hurricane kicks. Maybe not. I know in a later version you can catch him with those hurricane kicks when you're Ken a lot, so. There we go. Oops. That's my small drain punch. Yeah, run right into that. Perfect. There we go. That'll work. watch his ending here, and we'll talk for a moment. All right, so there we have it, guys. Street Fighter 2, the arcade edition. Yeah, a lot of fun. This is literally the arcade version of the game. And like I said, Mark Ludwig 512. If you want me to do, I wasn't sure which Street Fighter 2 you wanted me to do exactly, so I just went with this one. I thought it'd be fun just to do the old school Street Fighter 2 World Warrior with Ryu. He's a lot of fun to play with on here. So. But yeah, man, let me know if you want to see anything else. Again, I appreciate you requesting this. Any opportunity to play some Street Fighter 2, I'm going to take it usually. So, but yeah, guys, if y'all have any other requests as well, definitely let me know. I'm happy to do them on these classic fighting games. These are my faves. There's other games I like as well, but I mean, classic arcade fighters, definitely top notch for me. So. There we go. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you on the next video. Again, let me know your thoughts, and y'all guys be safe out there, all right? Take care.